Well, I can't believe I'm making this video, but there has been some circumstances in my life, and some people have asked me to it, so I think there is a need of this video. So, how do you invest in yourself? Like, there have been some people who are just clueless in their life, that they don't know how they are going to invest in themselves. Now it is, I think, as clear as it can get. But if you are one of those people who doesn't seem to know how they can invest in yourself, but let's say you are intelligent and you do know what you have to invest, but you don't know where you should start, then this video is going to be for you, right? So whenever someone says that you should invest in yourself, that basically means you should invest in your skills, in your knowledge. Now, if you are a knowledgeable person, if you have a lot of skills but you don't know where you should invest next, right, then you should look at your life and see your pain point, right? So if you analyze your life, what is your pain point right now? Is it money? Is it relationship? Is it health? Or is it love? Not love. Is it like that sense of fulfillment that you're not feeling in your life? Like there is something missing in my life, but I don't know what. Now these are 4 different areas. Okay, these are 4 different areas where if you are unfulfilling in anyone or in all of them, then you don't know where you should invest in. Now, if your pain point area is money right now, like your biggest problem right now is money, then you should invest in first courses. All right, you shouldn't be going for books, you should be going for courses. Why? Because courses are, you can say, videographed, or you can say recorded by the real persons, right? And basically those persons are those people who have done a lot of, you can say, hugely in that aspect of life. Like they had made millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, and that is why they are selling their courses to you, right? So if you don't have enough money to have a coach in your life, if you can't afford one, then you should go for the courses, because courses do work. But you have to be very, very careful which course you are trying to buy and from which guy, right? Basically that comes down to it, like what you are going to buy and from whom you are buying. This is the basic main question which you should ask before you buy any course, right? What you are going to buy, what that course will give you, and from whom you are buying. Like what is his legacy, what is his history, what is the history of that person, how successful is that person, right? So you have to understand these things before you buy any course. Now there are courses for almost every single thing, I guess. There are courses for making money, for learning different skills, for real estate, for softwares, etc., right? There has been a tremendous boost in this courses industry, right? There have been, right now I think there are more than 2 million or 5 million courses, right? So there is a lot to choose from, but you should, again, as I said before, you should look for what you are buying, what you will get out of that course, and who that person is from which you are buying that course from, right? So you understand these 2 questions, or you have the answers of these 2 questions before you buy any course, you are good to go, right? Now this is the first part. If your pain point is money, let's say you have bought some courses and you are doing okay, you are doing good. Now what is the next part after these courses? Like you have made some money, now what to invest in? Because you are still somewhat lacking in the money department. Now in this part, if you have bought some courses and you are making money but you are still feeling you can say empty in this money department, then you are going to go to the books department. Right now, second point would be books. Now basically in my previous videos, which I've recorded many, I have said that you should read books, but money is the, you can say, segment or area of your life where I first advise you to buy some courses, to understand something, to have some skills, to make money, and after that I advise you guys to read books on money. Now these books can be memoirs, these books can be autobiographies, these books can be biographies, and these books can be money management books, these books can be personal finance books, right? So these are the books which you should read, but only after making some money. Right? You cannot put your savings into the books first, and I also don't advise you to do that. If you have some money, I advise you to invest it in yourself in the form of courses, or by something, or in your business if you have an idea, and you make some money and then you buy the books to read. Now this money section is gone. Now coming to the second section, which is relationship. For relationships, there are books, right? And if you feel like that you cannot, contact with someone who is good with relationship, like you are shy and maybe your relationship is too strained, or it is kind of a personal thing, like you don't want to share with anyone, then you try to read books on relationships. But if you are fed up of books, like some people are, that who says that we don't like to read books, in that case, then you go to the courses, then you buy courses from people who are happily married, or who have good relationships. Then that is the point where you buy courses after reading books, right? But let's say for you, books did not work, courses did not work, then what is the third option? Then the third option is a psychiatrist. Well, actually there is no such thing as psychiatrist in India. It is not as much prominent as in Western countries. In India the best medicine for relationships, I guess, is your friendship, right? So if you have problems in your life, then I suggest you that you have, or you foster some friendships in your life. You go out there, you create some friends, you make some friends, not create, but you make some friends, and then you share with them what your life is like, how or which area of your life is currently in pain, what you are facing. And generally relationships strain when you pent things up, or you can say bottle things up, bottle your feelings up in your side, or inside of you. That is when your relationships strain. This is the most of the cases, but in some cases your partner, or your said person in a relationship, or said entity in the relationship, that changes. That is when that relationship gets strained. So in that cases, maybe your friends can help you better, right? Now coming to the third part, which is health. Now for health, I don't think so you need any book or any course. I think for health, you just go to the gym and you hit something, right? You go to the gym and you hit the gym and you do some exercise, because in gyms there are personal trainers, there are your fellow gym mates who are doing exercises. You can get advice from them, all right? It is a general sense. But let's say in your health area you are suffering from some diseases. Now in that case, you need to read some books, and I cannot go into this detail because there have been a lot of diseases in this world, and there have been a lot of books. There are a lot of books in those diseases, so you should read those books according to your disease. But basically, if you are suffering from health, then one motto you should do is, and even if you are healthy, then there is this one advice which I am going to give you. You should walk at least let's say 12,000 steps to 18,000 steps daily. If you are healthy, if your goal is to be healthy, and if you want to live a longer life, right? This is the ideal version. Like, you walk at least 12,000 steps, right? You walk at least 12,000 steps in one day, in one single day. That is, accept everything else. Like, you walk, let's say 18,000 steps, and then you do the gym work, right? Then you put on some weights, or you can say you lift some weights, you do some exercises, you do some yoga, you do some cardio. That is different. But this walking is a must. There's this English proverb, like, walking is the best exercise, and that is true. It is a time-tested proverb, right? It is a time-tested formula. If you just walk and do nothing else, it still beats the odds with people who go to the gym some days and some days they don't, right? And they go to the gym for, let's say, 5 years, 10 years, etc. But their bodies go back to the way they were, right? But if you have this one habit where you are doing morning walk, right, where you have developed this habit of morning walk, and you walk around 12,000 to 18,000 steps per day, I cannot guarantee you, but I assure you, you are going to live longer than a lot of people. All right. If you have a very, you can say, bad luck, or if you have an accident, only in that case you are going to die early. But if you walk them, then your life is going to be very good in respect to other people, right? So you should focus on that. And if you're a single person, if you're a parent, your goal should be to tell others that you should walk at least 12,000 to 18,000 steps per day. It is going to make tremendous change in your life, in your health, right? Now, coming to the last point, which is the unfulfillment of your life. Like, there is something missing. Now, in this part, you read books, you read biographies, you read autobiographies, right? You develop a philosophy of your life, you develop your rules of your life, and then you try to instill those rules, to instill those philosophies in the next generation, in the younger generation, which is the children. You pass down the good habits of you to the other people, and that is how you feel fulfilled in your life. So I think this is how you invest in yourself, and I hope I have made some impact in your life with this video. And I think I have talked about almost every single thing in this video, how you can invest in yourself. And this is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.